Alright, hey YouTube, what's up? It's KB baby, and it's midnight right now, and I'm tired as shit, so you're gonna get me whispering through this entire video, so hope you guys like a little amateur ASMR YouTube drama. God. So anyways, Keemstar has finally dropped the Pyrocynical 14-year-old French girl interview, so now the meme can finally rest. Keemstar is finally, after all the hype, released it, and is it even close to being worth it? Well, no, not even close, but you know what? At least we got it, so, you know, I feel like maybe saying worth it's kind of, like, bad, you know? Like, when, I mean, what I mean by that is, like, I don't think, preferably, you know, it should not have come out because the situation should not have happened. I think that, you know, Pyrocynical's, like, it's kind of a dead story. I'm almost pretty hesitant to even talk about this. Like, what is there really even to say? The interview itself was a bit of a nothing burger, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I watched that 2x speed, but, you know, I didn't really miss much of anything, if I'm being frank. I think the biggest piece of info was, like, that this French girl, you know, was talking to somebody else that might be a predator, but, you know, they left the internet, so what can we really do? You can't really hold somebody accountable that, like, kind of just took the money and ran, I suppose. Then again, you know, it's like, you want to prove it all in court of law and stuff, like, and it's basically this girl's, you know, word and opinion. Well, not even opinion, because if it's facts, but we're basically just taking her word on this, her word and Keemstar's, which Keem ain't, you know, necessarily the bastion of truth and integrity all the time. In fact, what really spurred the people demanding the French girl interview be dropped was Keemstar implying that, well, not even implying, saying that the commentary community was responsible for the suicide of Apollo Legend, so, you know, that's a messy situation. I don't even know if I talked about it on the channel or not, but if I didn't and you don't know what that is, you know, look it up. It's kind of messed up, but basically that's kind of what spurred everybody to want this, because everybody, all the commentary community was kind of sarcastically being like, yeah, Keemstar, you know, it's great, whatever, can you talk about the French girl now? Can you drop it? Because he was hyping it up and it just never came out. And in like the Twitter doc he released, he was like, dude, I have my reasons for it, and I talked to Pyro shortly after the interview, and I will talk about what was said. It's like, dude, like, I know you're trying to, like, not get yourself buried, but it's like, you got the shovel, you're already, like, digging. It's like, at this rate, dude, just, like, go full scorched earth, I suppose, right? And he was basically like, Pyro was still lying even after all this time. And it's like, yeah, sure, we got somebody, like, on record and stuff, and that's great. That's a great step, obviously, but you know, we still need loads more evidence. I mean, Keemstar himself says that he's got text messages of, like, you know, Pyro saying, I'll wait until you're 16 and stuff and like that, but I still feel like, you know, we're missing, like, this is kind of the problem with, I feel like, all of these YouTube dramas involving, like, sexual assault, rape, or minors, or anything like that. It's like, everybody wants to play fucking internet police. Like, everyone wants to be a fucking cop and, like, decide, well, you know, cops don't decide how the law is, like, enacted. That's a judge. I suppose it'd be more apt to say they want to act like the cops, the prosecution, defense attorney, jury, judge, executioner. Like, they want, and it's not like I don't understand where it comes from, obviously. After all, you know, I do think there's some people on the internet that need to be, you know, held up to accountability, and I think Pyrocynical has made, like, loads of mistakes that he should probably own up to. Like, you know, I'll be perfectly honest, you know, even though the evidence is kind of flimsy, I kind of believe that Pyro probably at least interacted with this person, right? I feel like, especially kind of after Like, there's just so much circumstantial evidence that shows that, like, ooh, almost dropped the mic. So much circumstantial evidence that Pyro just, like, he's kind of a degen, which, doesn't really prove much of anything, let's be honest, but it's like, it's just such a weird pattern of behavior of, like, people being like, yeah, this guy was kind of weird, like, and, I'd prefer somebody that's, weird than actually a threat or dangerous to, like, children and stuff, and I don't think Pyro's attracted to children. I think with Ivory, at the very least, he was just ignorant and incompetent, and I think with this, he was just making a bad mistake. I mean, it was 14 and 18 at the time. Excuse me. Definitely could be worse. I definitely think, like, this was kind of a nothing burger at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't really mean much of anything, honestly. Like, Nick Diorio was gonna shoot up a stream and talk about it, but then he was, like, reading and listening to it, and it's like, dude, there's nothing here. And then Augie was like, I'm making a full hour-long response, and he's on vacation right now, so it's like the duality of man. Honestly, though, like, this dead period that we're going through right now, drama's like peaks and valleys and stuff like that, right? So somebody like me that's technically at the moment a daily commentator, I don't know where I will be, like, at in terms of commentary a year from now, but I hope that it's more professional. I have an idea of how I want to do things ahead, but anyway, to tie that back to what I was just saying is, like, this dead period, it sucks for small commentary, and so it's like, even just commentary in general, so, like, I know probably people are going to talk about this, and I'll be, like, honest with you, I'm going to try and keep this video short and wrap this up, like, right here. It's like, this is a nothing burger, let's be real, let's call it as it is. Like, does it really matter at the end of the day if Pyro responds to this? Is the community really going to be outraged? Probably not. Is his fan... It's, like, not going to hurt his bottom line in the slightest. I don't think so, anyway. Like, Pyro has kind of grown past the commentary community, if that makes any sense. And I feel like it doesn't really matter all that much. Like, what is there to say? Like, most of his community know that he was a dirty G-gen, and I think most of his community's forgiven him for the Ivory stuff. And, to an extent I just think he was kind of a prick to Ivory for no reason in his initial response. So, that's just me. Honestly, though, I think that at the end of the day, like, I think the biggest takeaway we can come from with this genre is just, like, dude, does anybody really, like, it's like, you can make mistakes as a YouTuber, but it's, like, important, like, it's also important to note that these messages were never sexual, like, nothing, no nudes were sent, no, like, nothing of that nature was sent, right? I feel like it's so important, to ask, like, what's the fucking deal, right? Let me get to the point, right? I think the biggest point we should take away from this drama is that, you can do a lot of really fucked up things on the internet, right? And you can usually have an audience that, hand waves it away and gives you all the excuses in the books. And I feel like, even with that said, like, a person of true character, a person that, there is very few and far between on the platform. Your Nicholas Diarios, your Augie RFCs, I say mere months or weeks before they get undoubtedly canceled John Swan style. You need people like those that are, can call out their own shit, right? I feel like even if it, like, doesn't affect your bottom line, even if it's, like, so far in the past, you should probably just atone and acknowledge your mistakes, right? But don't let it hold you down, honestly, because I don't think, personally, that this is such a horrible thing that Pyrocynical should forever be cursed to have no career from forever now until, end of time. But anyways, I didn't even know how I got this to 10 minutes, whatever. I feel like was I even rambling too much in this video? I don't know. I'm so fucking tired. I'm sorry. And everybody in the house is either sleeping or about to be asleep, so, like that, I feel like that's a commentary meme, small commentary, hashtag small commentary sucks cock. Anyways, with all that being said, Ivan KV, baby. This was kind of a obligation video, I suppose. I just wanted to talk about it because I've made far too many Pyrocynical videos, and it was like my first really edited video, so I just wanted to throw that out there. So, with all that being said, Ivan KV, baby. God bless your soul. Stay rad. Don't be radicalized. And I am signing off. Peace.